Hi guys! We've got light from a few different angles today. We've got light coming off this side of the camera from my lamp, and we have light coming from up there from the ceiling. I did just have the ceiling light on, but it was a bit dark, mostly because we've still got the curtain up in the living room because we are still in the living room. Haven't heard anything from the real estate. I think they've been open again maybe 2 weeks now. So I'll probably send off an email tomorrow, as it's about closing time and I haven't heard anything today. I'll send off an email tomorrow and ask about when the roofer will be booked in to fix the roof, and we'll go from there to get rid of the mold and finally move back into the bedroom. Once we're in the bedroom, I will be setting up more of a nursery so I can do nice videos with a crib and stuff. I'm not going to be buying anything expensive. I'm just going to go to IKEA and get a plain, I think it's pine wood, plain pine wood, unpainted, multi-level crib. By multi-level, I mean like it can be for babies, so the mattress can sit high up, or it can be for toddlers and you can move the mattress down onto the floor so it's more like bed height for a baby anyway, for a baby. I call toddlers babies because they're just so small and squishy and cuddly. So in this context, by baby, I mean toddler, when it's down low. And we're looking at Faethe today again because I went in to get Violet to do a video. I wanted to get some more comprehensive video of the hole in her head. Because I've contacted a doll hospital, or I should say the doll hospital in Sydney, to see if they've ever worked with reborns and see if they can fix the doll and have her still be able to be put in an oven for baking with Genesis heat set paints and then be rooted once the repair's there, or if I'll have to avoid a certain area of the head with rooting tools. Or if I might just have to go with painted hair on her, which is also another option that I don't mind. So long as the painted hair is painted well, I really don't mind. I really just want her repaired and in the best quality possible because she was a rare sculpt from Sheila Michaels. And, she's probably even rarer because she's about 7 years old. And it's just horrible that she's been damaged. So I was going to do that, but I found I couldn't get in there because there is a blow-up mattress in the way, and our clothesline, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We have a whole bunch of files that don't have a filing cabinet. It's just a mess in the office. It's just so chock-a-block of everything that we can no longer fit anywhere else in the house. So those two babies might have to wait till either Robert and I manage to build a path through the office or until the roof is fixed. So until then it might just be Faethe, which I certainly don't mind because she's so bloody adorable. This was just meant to be an outfit of the day, a quick 1 minute video. It turned into a total ramble. I'm sorry guys. I'll put it in the title for those who don't want to continue listening to my ramble by this point, that this is indeed a ramble. I just changed her today because I wanted to try out some of her new clothes she hasn't worn before. In particular, this onesie. She's worn the tights before. She's worn her hat before. She hasn't worn the booties before. These aren't hers. These are actually newborn booties, but they fit her quite well. And I just thought it would look really cute with this nice light blue onesie. It's very light blue in this picture, and it's actually probably that light blue in real life too, to be totally honest with you guys. Now excuse me while I manhandle her into a more frontward position. I've actually found as well, for anyone in Australia, if you're looking for good onesies and you're finding it really hard to pose your arms, like moving them this way, I found it's really hard to move them that way in the onesies from Target. But these ones are from Best and Less. They're by, sorry tiny girl, oh dear, they are by, let me try and get this, Baby Berry, and you get that clothing brand in, oh no, look at her, she just flopped up. Thankfully, her arm is not bent backwards. um, Baby berry, and you get them in Best and Less. And I have found they are really easy to move the arms within. I think it's because the shoulders are a little bit looser. I could be wrong, but they're quite nice. They fit just on the top of the neck, so you do have to watch that for cloth bodies being revealed. But I find it hasn't been an issue so far. And they're just very easy. And if you want to roll them around, not roll them around, pull them around that way, they do it. They just do it. It's just a really, really good material. I found it really good quality, and I found it with all the baby berry clothes I've bought her have been superb. Really great quality clothes, and I've not had a problem with any of them. Now these tights, they're called velour. They're fluffy and silky, and these aren't baby berry. They're by Modal, Model, I believe is the spelling. These are her new ones. She has worn them once, but just to try them on. They're nice, but they're a 6-month size, and they kind of only just fit her. Like, they're still stretchy, don't get me wrong. They're, if I can grab, they're still a bit stretchy on her, but I can't imagine that any 6-month-old would actually fit in her, because this Camille sculpt is meant to represent maybe a doll of 4 months at a max, I would say. Maybe 5 months. Based on her head size, I would definitely say no more than 4, because she's only got a 15-inch round head. For anyone who knows, 15 inches is probably the maximum size of a newborn baby head. So, you know, she's on the smaller size for heads for a baby in the 3 to 6 month range. As far as I'm aware, if there's any doctors or nurses or anyone who works with babies who knows any better, please feel free to comment. So yeah, I kind of feel like some baby brands, and I found this especially with Bonds, are promoting anxiety, probably very much anxiety, anorexia in babies. I mean, it's insane. Some baby clothes, I was looking at newborn size clothes the other day for Violet and Isolde, and, there were 4 zeros that were, something like, I can't remember exactly, but Bonds said a 4 zero size baby with a max of 3 kilograms, and a 4 zero in nearly every other brand of clothing was max of 4 or 4.5 kilos, and it's kind of like, where does this measuring happen? Like, surely, like you would think, surely clothing brands have access to baby statistics like weight, height, things like that. So why wouldn't they put them into use? I just find it really bizarre that there was such a big difference. And I wouldn't honestly put Bonds on any of my reborns, because they're so bloody expensive. I mean, $16.95 for a t-shirt for a doll, or for a baby even. I wouldn't put Bonds on my babies. I mean, I'm planning on having a baby in 3 years' time, or trying for one in 3 years' time. And it's just, I wouldn't bother. I'd be happy buying everything I've bought for my reborns and putting them on my baby. I wouldn't put what I have for my reborns on my baby, simply because by then they'll be old and probably ratty, and I wouldn't want to get baby sick on my dolls. Let's just face it. We put a lot of money into these things, and I'll be putting even more into an actual baby. I'm not sure why I thought this angle was better. It kind of is. I like that her chin touches her neck. I think she's just so cute. And I love touching her little soft bottom. She's got a cloth nappy on. That's where part of this bulge is. Some of it's her cloth leg, but a lot of it is the nappy. I've actually really liked the cloth nappies. And you can, let me see if I can get an angle. You can sort of see here the bumps where the nappy pin is. Sorry if I had my finger on the microphone then. I've used them instead of clasps. Now, if she had a vinyl body, if she was a full body baby, I would definitely have got the snap clips instead of the pins, but I couldn't find them, and she's a cloth body anyway, so if I do poke her with a pin once or twice, it doesn't matter. As it is, I haven't so far, mostly because I had so much practice with my little sisters. Cloth nappies are probably, for me, easier and more secure to put on than disposables. Just my opinion and my experience. I promise I'm not a eco-Nazi, or whatever you want to call people who are just a bit extreme and put down people who use disposables and paper sanitary napkins and things like that. Um, I still use paper sanitary napkins, but I've actually seen a lot more about cloth sanitary napkins recently. And I think if they were in a big enough size, I'd probably wear them. Like put some PLU like they do for modern cloth nappies on the outside, with like a clasp with wings on the crotch area of the pad. I think they'd be great. I mean, they'd sit in place for me. I mean, I'm bigger, so my fat folds would probably hold it all in place. I'm sorry if that was TMI, people, but I'm sure there are some overweight women out there who probably understand the plight of finding pads that feel comfortable. I don't know where I got onto pads. Oh, that's right, nappies. Sorry. This really is such a ramble video. I'll probably stop it here. I might make another video just about pads because I am seriously considering swapping over to just not disposables. I'm already using disposables. Reusable pads. And they come in some really fancy colors too, like really just cool designs. There's actually a girl on YouTube. I'll try and find her channel and link her below if I can. She's a young girl and she does make these pads now. She makes them, I think, with her mum. I could be wrong. She might just make them by herself, but she sells them. And she's really great. She's really informative. I wish I was that confident talking about body issues when I was her age, because I remember when I was a teenager and it came to talking about periods and sex and breasts and body hair, it just wasn't a thing. And it's only probably within the last 5 or so years. I'm 26 in October this year. So, probably the beginning of my 20s, that I really started to think, well, who gives a fuck? It's a natural, it's just a human body. Everybody has a human body, unless there are extraterrestrials people aren't telling us about. So, let's talk about it. What else? I'm really quite open about it. If I have my period, most of my family knows if I've seen them, because I'll just be like, blah, period cramps. But I also have PCOS, so it's kind of undeniable when I have my period, this is going to be graphic, block your ears if you don't hear it. Sometimes a cyst will burst, and I am in agonizing pain. It feels like someone has stabbed me, and I have accidentally stabbed myself before, so I know what that feels like. It's freaking excruciating. I suppose you could probably compare it to the feeling of an appendix bursting. It is a very similar feeling. And it's not in the exact same area, but it's a sensitive part of your body, same as your gastric system. I think I'm going to stop there, because otherwise this is going to turn into a 500-year-long video about periods and cysts bursting instead of a outfit of the day for Faith. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm sorry if I've offended anybody, but if you can't handle the facts of the human body, you need to get a grip. Offense intended. Bye everyone, I hope you're having a great day.